Many people will tell you, no, I would not change. I would not change for anything. I will still move into South Orange and Maplewood. And why is that? And then ask them, why would they move into South Orange and Maplewood? And they give you 2 or 3 reasons. Diversity, the schools, and the trains. And then they could add the walkability, and they could add a few other things. But those are the 3 major things they will tell you. And those things are very important. Time check. The time is approximately 9:15 p.m. We're going to go for a short break and we'll be right back.
Want to take a cruise but don't have a U.S. visa? No problem. Cruise and Rail Travel are experts at cruises that do not require U.S. visa. Visit www.cruiseandrail.net or call 868-631-8785. Find us on Facebook or drop us a tweet.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
A new kind of talk comes to South Orange Maplewood online radio experience in April. Join award-winning journalist and civil rights activist Walter Fields weekly as he discusses being black in South Orange and Maplewood, race, and the suburban experience. Black in the Burbs will examine public education, the treatment of black youths, police and community relations, and black business development and faith. The show will serve as a forum for community dialogue. Join Walter Fields on the South Orange Maplewood online radio experience for Real Talk coming in April.
This is the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. We want to hear from you at 973-327-3626 or log on to showmore.org to let us know your opinion. You are listening to In the Village with Anselm on South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626 or log on to showmore.org. Go ahead and advertise on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. You can reach us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to assist you. Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Anselm on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. coming to you every Monday through Friday from 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's 8 to 9:30 p.m. You can reach us here at 973-327-3626. That's 973-327-3626. And of course, we are dealing with the article in the Associated Press, Government Education Rife with Inequities. And the other article in NewJersey.com, 6 decades after Brown versus Board of Education, New Jersey schools are still segregated. An opinion in that newspapers by Walter Fields. And let's get back to the article in the Associated Press, Government Education Rife with Inequities. We told you about 5 things that were gleaned from this article. We have access to advanced classes. We have experienced teachers. We have discipline. And next, we're going to talk about seclusion and restraint. Seclusion and restraint is a term used to describe when students are strapped down or physically restrained in school. The data shows students with disabilities represent about 12% of the student population, but about 60% of students placed in seclusion or involuntary confinements, and 3/4 of students restrained at school. While black students make up of about 1 in 5 students with disabilities, more than 1/3 of the students who are restrained at schools are black. Overall, the data shows that more than 37,000 students were placed in seclusion, and 4 students with disabilities were held in a place by a mechanical restraint. Democrats Tom Harkin, a representative from Iowa, and Representative George Miller, Democrat from California, have unsuccessfully fought for a federal law for years to end the practice. National Association representing school boards and superintendents have said such legislation will reduce the authority of states and districts, but that seclusion and restraint should only be used as a last resort to protect school staff and students. And finally, the last of the 5, it's preschool. The Obama administration views access to preschools as a civil rights issue. It says 40% of school districts offer preschools program. Their numbers don't include private programs or some other types of publicly funded early childhood programs outside of the school system. Obama has sought a preschool for all program with the goal of providing universal preschool to America 4-year-olds that will use funding from a hike in tobacco tax. So here you have it, an article in the Associated Press just recently, March 22nd, Government Education System Rife with Inequities. And yet, when you are trying to have a discussion about these type of things, people get belligerent, they get almost violent about trying to discuss these items. And we have to put these things on the table. We have to discuss these things. It's important for our communities. It's just as how we had to talk about parental involvement. We had to talk about that because many people may say that until this article came out, that when a parent is not involved, their kid don't get the quality of education. And this article was just recently published on April the 12th, talked about parental involvement is overrated. And I draw the analogy that kids that are going to boarding school, their parents are not involved. Unless the parent is going to come live with the kid, they're not involved. Now the article went on to say, when involvement did benefit kids academically, it depended on which behavior parents were engaging in, which academic outcome was examined, the grade level of the child, the racial and ethnic background of the family, and the socioeconomic standing. For example, regularly discussing school experiences with your child seem to positively affect the reading and math test scores of Hispanic children and negatively affect test scores in reading for black children and to negatively affect test scores in both reading and math for white children, but only during elementary school. Regularly reading to elementary school children appears to benefit reading achievement for white and Hispanic children, but is associated with lower reading achievement for black children. Policymakers should not advocate a one-size-fits-all models of parent involvement. And you know, that's what we do sometimes. We think that you have to be involved, and I was one of those. I plead the fifth. You have to join the PTA. You have to make sure and speak to your child's teachers at least once a month. You have to go to parent conference night. You have to do all these things. And somehow, if you don't do these things, your child are going to fall behind. And this article is proving otherwise. The article goes on to say, what about when parents work directly with their children on learning activities at home? When we examine whether regular help with homework had a positive impact on children's academic performance, we were quite startled by what we found. Regardless of a family's social class, racial or ethnic background, or a child's grade level, consistent homework help almost never improved test scores or grades. Most parents appear to be ineffective at helping their children with homework. Even more surprising to us was that when parents regularly help with homework, kids usually performed worse. One interesting exception, the group of Asians that includes Chinese, Korean, and Indian children appear to benefit from regular help with homework, but this benefit was limited to grades that they got. To the grades they got during adolescence, it did not affect their test scores. So here it is. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Certain people may benefit from it, others may not. If others don't benefit from them, why are we trying to hoist that on them? It goes on to say, our findings also suggest that the idea that parental involvement will address one of the most salient and intractable issues in education, racial and ethnic achievement gap, is not supported by the evidence. And we have said this over and over and over again. The idea that parental involvement will address one of the most salient and intractable issues in education, racial and ethnic achievement gap, is not supported by the evidence. This is because our analysis shows that most parental behavior have no benefit on academic performance. While there are some forms of parental involvement that do appear to have a positive impact on children academically, we find at least as many instances in which more frequent involvement is related to lower academic performance. As it turned out, the list of what generally works is short. Expecting your child to go to college, discussing activities children engage in at school despite the complications we mentioned above, and requesting a particular teacher for your child. Do our findings suggest that parents are not important for children's academic success? Our answer is no. We believe that parents are critical for how well children perform in school, just not in the conventional ways that our society have been promoting. The essential ingredients is for parents to communicate the value of schooling, a message that parents should be sending early in their child's lives that needs to be reinforced over time, but this message does not need to be communicated through conventional behavior like attending PTA meetings or checking in with teachers. I just said it. Because that's what I did. And I think that was the right thing to do. Conventional wisdom holds that since there is no harm in having an involved parent, why shouldn't we suggest as many ways as possible for parents to participate in school? This conventional wisdom is flawed. Schools should move away from giving the blanket message to parents that they need to be more involved and begin to focus instead on helping